Hey everybody, welcome to the Coffeehouse Conversations podcast, and I am your host, Amos St. John. So glad to be back. Today's episode's a very special one. You see, part of my purpose of doing this podcast is to really be transparent and really share my journey and be as real as possible in hopes that it encourages you and inspires someone to be their best selves, you know? Like my boy Lil Duval say, living my best life. I want to live my best life. But, some things that, you realize in your life that you encounter challenges, you encounter successes, you encounter ups and downs, not just to help yourself and to better yourself, but to also better others. That's part of this whole significant life that I am chasing after. Not just success. I want to be significant. I want to help someone. So, I talked about just recently. I said I've made and I continue to make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I've been fortunate. I've been truly fortunate to avoid making huge mistakes because honestly, I'm not afraid to listen. I'm not afraid to watch and observe and learn. I call myself forever a student of life. But today there's really so much that I want to unload, but I actually might have to split this into two parts. So this is part one because it's a lot. On my last episode, I mentioned early in the podcast, check out this video I posted on my Instagram and Facebook. And it was just basically talking about my weight loss journey. And if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go to my ASJ Coffeehouse Conversations on IG and on my Coffeehouse Conversations podcast page on Facebook, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But a couple of months ago, I was at my doctor's office for a follow-up. And, it was a typical appointment with my doctor. You got to lose the weight. You got to regulate your blood pressure. You got to eat healthy. You got to exercise. Or things will get worse. I might have to do this. I might have to do this. There's consequences. So, it was the same spiel. But, I think I talked about this before, how a couple of years ago I lost about 60 pounds. And, about a year or so ago, I gained it, all of it back and then some. Well, one person who definitely knows about this journey is my doctor. She has the receipts, y'all. But towards the end of my last visit, well, it was 2 visits ago, my doctor encouraged me, and it was like, don't beat yourself up because you gained the weight back. It happens. But my doctor also recommended me or suggested for me to check out, weight loss surgery. Have I considered doing weight loss surgery? Honestly, it is cost my mind, but I'm a gym. I like to be in the gym. I like to work out. I like to be active, and I like the journey of that, and so I never really considered weight loss surgery because I felt that it was not an option for me, but it actually is and was, and so I took my doctor's recommendation and followed up with a weight loss surgeon, and the rest is history. I've been doing my research and looking up, and I see a lot of success stories. You know what I mean? You see and it's typical. You see the before, and you see the after pictures, and it's like, wow, that's amazing. But rarely do you see is the process. And so I see the after photos and like, man, people lose 100, 150 pounds, and that's amazing. And I believe that's my goal, but very little people share about the process in between the before and after, And so there was a little mystery as to what's exactly about to happen for me. And so I did I did some researching and some soul searching, and basically, I realized this journey is going to be a unique journey for me at 40. And so on yesterday, I had a small procedure done called an EGD. It's like they take a small uh, camera and in a tube like thing and put it down your esophagus to kind of take a look at your digestive system and some other things. And everything went well. And but it was a unique experience because I've never really been in a hospital or I did any type of surgeries or anything. So first time getting an IV. Whew, and then also experiencing some anesthesia, and it was like, wow. I'm gonna post a video about it, and you check it out on my social media, and you tell me how you feel. Now, in about next week, I'm actually getting ready to do start a 2 week liquid diet because I'm getting close to the actual surgery date. And so this is gonna be tough, but I'm determined to make this happen, and I'm gonna reach this goal, y'all. I'm really gonna do this. You know what I mean? But I realize in this process, I have to constantly retrain my mind how I treat food, look at food, because I really want to succeed at this. And in order to be successful in this weight loss journey, I want to focus on 5 things. And I want to share you these 5 things that I'm focusing on. The first thing I'm focusing on is having a plan. Being prepared is very key in this process. You got to lay it out. You got to time it out. All of my meals, all the schedule for my vitamins, and it's going to make seeing that finish line a little bit more realistic, having that plan laid out. I know a lot of people that don't like planning. They like to wing it. But I like they say, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So have a plan in place. That's one of the areas I'm focusing on. The next area I'm focusing on is anticipating hurdles. You would hope that everything is smooth sailing, but that's not realistic, y'all. In life, you will encounter hurdles. Some are manageable and some aren't. But in order to make it to this finish line, it's important to prepare and anticipate hurdles, challenges, and you have to learn and prepare to overcome them. And so, with this type of approach, it will help keep your determination strong and minimize your distractions. It's like life, man. Life comes with a lot of ups and downs. You would wish that everything was all peaches and berries, if that's the saying, but I guess I made that up. But we would hope that, but no, that's not realistic. There are going to be hurdles to overcome, and so anticipating, not necessarily always being paranoid, but you have to just keep an eye open and making sure that it's not always going to be easy, and I have to be prepared for the challenge. You know what I mean? And so it's tough. Like I told y'all last podcast, I love me some Dunkin' Donuts, and so I already know I'm gonna have some cravings. So my goal is to keep surrounding myself with items that are in my diet. Don't leave myself bare. Don't go out without having something around me, and that won't allow me to yield to temptations or cravings. It's a focus game. So it's important to have those healthy items around you that fits your diet, so you don't fall into the temptation of fall into your cravings. And so the third thing I'm focusing on is my time management. I have to be really intentional in having strong time management. One of the most difficult things to overcome is wasted time. You can't get over it. You can't get it back, And so I know when you get bored, it really leads you to doing some bad things sometimes. And so you have to find ways. In my journey, I'm looking to find ways to manage my time with strong things, Now, it's important to take time to rest. That's important. But be careful with your idle time, because that's when your mind start playing tricks on you. That idle time of like, ooh, what should I do? No. You have to be very strong in your time management. Be intentional. This is where outside of your work schedule, you schedule time to read books, magazines, listen to podcasts, audiobooks, schedule time to work out. put it on your calendar. It's time to work out between this time and that. And so this is stuff that I'm doing now. I mean, I'm not going to say anything that I'm not doing myself. And then also, like I mentioned, schedule time to rest and do healthy activities. Don't set yourself up to fail by not consuming your time with things that will reinforce your focus towards their goals. I really, in talking about having a plan, anticipating hurdles, and strong time management, those first three areas, it's so important, as I embark into this journey to stay focused. The older I get, I realize, having that plan is important. Anticipating those hurdles is key into staying focused and not getting easily distracted. And then managing your time with healthier things. Be strong in managing your time. You can see the finish line better. You can think long term with those first three. And then the next two, I'm going to do it on next week. So I just wanted to talk about these first three things. And on next week, I'll finish it off and share how my journey is going on with this weight loss. At first I was nervous about this, this weight loss surgery, but I'm actually, I am at peace with this. I feel good about this. I believe great things are happening. It's a more a proactive approach. It's not just trying to solve a problem with my health, but it's also trying to prevent worse things happening. So I am excited about this. I'm not big on having pain, but from what I have been told, it's not going to be really a tough feat to go overcome. So, if I can handle doing a bunch of crunches with my stomach, I can handle what's to come. That's what I was told. We'll see. But, I really want to thank all who tune in. This season of my podcast is taking a different turn concerning my health journey. I did not foresee it, but I think it's going to be exciting for those who are contemplating doing something like this or doing anything that would help benefit your life. I really hope that this podcast of me taking the step forward into being a better steward over my health, over my body, it would be a good example and inspiration for you to do the same, whether it is, getting into an exercise plan, hiring a trainer. You may not have to go to the extremes like I am with getting weight loss surgery, but I am doing it for the benefit of my future, and studies mention about doing this weight loss surgery adds, 13, 14 years to your life. So I am looking forward to it. And so it's not just doing the surgery, but also maintaining it afterwards. Think beyond just the surgery. And so that's where my heart is right now. I'm looking to have a very strong start, but I'm also looking to have a stronger finish. So I'm excited. I am anticipating now. I don't know what it's going to be like not having carbs for 2 weeks, but it's part of the journey. So I might come back next week sounding angry, like, you know how you feel when you're carb deprived. But you know what? I'm anticipating the hurdle, and I know that it's going to be tough, but it might not be as tough because I feel prepared. So y'all, until next week, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Leave a comment. Interact with me on the social medias and let me know how you feel, what you're thinking. If you're praying for me, praying for my family. I'm excited about this journey to a healthy life. It took a turn, but it's taking a great turn for the better. So until next week, thank you so much for tuning in to the Coffeehouse Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Amos St. John, and have a great day.